guys, what's up? My name's Alicia if you're new here. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. In today's video, we're going to be testing out one of the holiday collections from MAC. This is the brush set that came out for holiday 2022 from MAC. It's the Bubbles and Something collection. Anyway, they had a bunch of different cute sets and I picked up several of them, so I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a review before this is completely sold out. On MAC's website, they no longer are offering this. However, I did find this on Belks and Dillards. I will have both of those linked down below in case you're interested. But I just thought that this set was so cute. I love the packaging as well, even though that does not matter. Obviously, what matters is how these perform. But I do think it is a really pretty presentation if you did get this as a gift or give it to someone as a gift. But let's go ahead and talk about this set. So it retails for $50. You are getting 4 little travel size brushes in here, obviously, and you are getting this special edition bag as well, which is beautiful on its own. Now, I do want to go ahead and say that I am a big fan of MAC. However, as far as their brushes go, I really don't have all that many. Actually, the only other one that I have is the MAC 217. I got the limited edition Stranger Things collection brush, and I do love this one. I use it quite often. It's a great multi-purpose brush. I love the size of it and it's super soft. So I may compare, the way this one feels compared to the other ones, just so we get some kind of idea as far as the quality, as much as I can tell you anyway. But this is the bag here. I think that the bag itself is super cute. Like if you just had on jeans and a black shirt or a black dress, I think this would be so pretty to carry. You open it up and it does come with 4 brushes. Now, mine are going to be dirty because I do have clips of me using these brushes to insert in this video as well. But let's go ahead and kind of run through the brushes really quickly. So first up, we have the 455, which is described as being a flat top powder brush. Then we have the 454, which is described as being a dense angled face brush. Then we have some dual-ended brushes. I am not the biggest fan of dual-ended brushes by any means, but first off, you have got this one, which is the Groom and Line brush, and then you have the Essential eyeshadow brush here. So let's go ahead and I'll insert some clips of me using this and give you guys just a little bit more information on each brush. Okay, so first up, I'm going in with the 518 brush. This is one of the double-ended brushes. This is the Essential eyeshadow brush. As you can tell, I already have a crease color down that I used a different brush with. But I particularly like this brush, the larger end of it, because it works so perfectly to pack eyeshadow into that outer corner. It is like the perfect shape, and it just made it so quick and easy to do that. Now you will see me going in with that darker maroon burgundy type color, and I'm just going to enhance the deepness by packing that over that brown shade that I had on just to make it a little bit deeper. But this brush is so soft. It blends like a dream. Honestly, this in particular, the larger end of this is one of my favorite parts of this collection. Next up, not really part of the collection, but since you're going to be seeing the majority of this eye tutorial anyway, I just wanted to add in me packing on this shimmer on my lid. This is part of Melt's new collection, the Bad Side Zodiac, I think is what it's called. But this is the Earth palette, and this was actually the first time that I used it. All right, and now I'm going back in with that same side of the brush, and I'm going in with that maroon color, and I just want to enhance that outer corner again. So you'll see me here just packing on a little bit more of that, and as I mentioned, again, just the perfect shape to give you that cat eye type of effect. I don't like a really stark liner, so for me, I love doing looks like this because it's same type of effect, just a little softer. Another thing that I think this brush is perfect for is that final kind of step to bring everything together once you have the look essentially done, just taking that crease color and kind of blending over everything one more time just to make it nice and soft. Now I'm going in with the opposite end of that brush, And I'm just taking a highlighter and I'm putting that under my brow bone. Now, this end of the brush is not great at blending. It's actually pretty stiff. I think that would be good for like direct placement type scenarios, but in general, that is just not my favorite brush. You even see me have to flip this over to kind of blend that highlight. All right, now we are going to go ahead and move on to the base. So now I'm going to take the 454 brush. This is a dense angled face brush, and as you can tell, I mean, the bristles are very soft. I have no complaints with that at all. I will say there were a few uneven bristles on this brush that I talk about a little bit later in the video. Not the end of the world, but I mean, when you're paying $50 for 4 brushes, I would prefer it be, you know, pretty perfect. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and blend this foundation out. And as you can tell, the brush size is just overall pretty small. Like, I feel like it is taking me forever to get this all blended out on my face. I'm used to either using my hands or using just a larger brush in general and being done with my base makeup very, very quickly. So this seemed like an eternity to me, to be honest with you. I feel like it could have been 2 or 3 times this size and then I would have been happy. But I felt like I had to use a lot of product. I felt like the brush was soaking up a good bit of the foundation. It just took a good amount to get the coverage where I wanted it, and usually that is not the case. So I wasn't that thrilled about that, and I just thought overall it kind of looked cakey as well. So yeah, I mean, you'll see I had to add more foundation there, and I had already pumped out what I thought would definitely be enough. So yeah, this, while it's soft and all of that, it's beautiful. It's just, it does not perform that well in my opinion. So I honestly would not recommend this brush. It was my least favorite, which is so weird because I thought it would be my favorite, honestly. It was the one I was the most excited about because usually my go-to for foundation is a makeup brush. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you will know that was the main way I used to apply my foundation. Recently, I've been using my hands a lot more just because I think it blends in better with my extremely dry skin. But yeah, I am a brush girl and I just was not digging this one. I mean, the end effect was okay, but I still just felt it looked a little cakey. So next up, I'm going to go in with the next face brush from this collection. This is number 455. It is a large flat top powder brush. And as you can tell, I am not using this for powder. I actually am going in with this Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. Love this bronzer. By the way, I have a review of it on my channel in case you're interested. But yeah, as you can tell, I am not using this for powder. I actually don't use this for powder at all in today's tutorial. I thought this was the perfect shape for bronzer because it gets right there in the hairline, you know, right along the forehead. You can get around the temples just perfectly. So as you can tell here, I am just like placing product down and then I will go back in and blend that out. These bristles are so soft. I love that it's more of a almost like a stippling type brush, the way the bristles are packed in here. I just think it applies the cream products and blends them out so nicely, again, because it's not that thick of a brush. I just feel like the bristles kind of can lay down and blend that product out seamlessly. But as you can tell, it is picking up the pigment. Like in other brushes that I have used, I've had to build this Charlotte Tilbury bronzer up a little bit. This one, I felt like it just picked the product up perfectly, applied the perfect amount, was super easy to blend out. The shape of it was fantastic. This is probably my favorite brush in this collection. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I thought it was phenomenal. I loved it so much, in fact, that I decided I would try to use this with a little cream blush and highlighter duo here I have from Natasha Denona. So first off, I am going into that highlighter shade. And again, surprisingly, this is a perfect type size brush for applying highlighter as well. It was super easy to apply to all the high points of my face, and honestly, I think this is just a great overall brush in general because, again, here I am applying my cream blush with this as well. And just the size, it's not too small, it's not too big, it is perfection. I think they knocked it out of the park with this one. I would love to see this in a full size. I think that would be beautiful. I'm here for it. I hope Max sees this video and makes that brush. Haha, I doubt they ever will even know I exist, but this they really did a good job with this one. I can't say enough good things, obviously. All right, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, but as you can tell, I am just building this color up until I have the desired deepness that I want. And again, I thought that this brush was just such a good one. Next up, going into that final brush, number 511, this is another dual-ended brush. This is the Line and Groom brush. And as you can tell, I'm just brushing through my brows, something I do every single day, regardless if I am wearing brow product or not. Then going in with the other end, I'm going to line my upper lash line with that dark maroon color again. Just an essential brush. Now I'm going in with that 518, the dual-ended essential eyeshadow brush we started with. I'm pinching that larger end of the brush, and I'm just going in with that crease color we used and blending that all along the lower lash line. Then going in with that 511 brush, and I'm taking the liner side and going in with that maroon shade again, just lining the outer third of my lower lash line. All right, and then I'm going back in with that 518 brush we started with, going in with that small little stiff edge that I was not that fond of again, and I am just applying my highlighter to the inner corner and inner third of my lower lash line. All right, so having used these brushes, I feel like I can give you a decent review of how they perform for me. First off, I want to go ahead and start with the brush that I liked the least, and this was actually the one I thought I was going to like the most. So this one is the 454. This is the dense angled face brush that I use for my foundation. And first off, I want to just say, I don't know if you can see those bristles, but do you see how there's like two bristles that are sticking up longer than the rest on this brush? That irritates me. I thought maybe it was just loose bristles. However, it's just not cut properly, and you can see it really good there. So I didn't really like that about it. Also, I feel like it could have been like twice as big as well. This took forever for me to do my face. Usually I just put that foundation in my hand. I can use a lot less of it as well, and I just rub it all in. I feel like it looks a whole lot more natural. And if I'm not using my hands, usually a brush is like my go-to, but I felt like I had to use so much product to get it all over my face because it took forever to blend it out, for one, because of the size of this. But I think it ended up just looking kind of cakey, and yeah, I just am not that big of a fan of this brush. All right, next up we have the Essential Eyeshadow Brush. I actually do like this end. The little detail end is okay, but really for me, I didn't really like it for under the brow. I much rather would have kind of pinched this and kind of just swept that under my brow. So I don't really dig this end of it. However, this end I thought was really nice for like packing on that outer corner area. I feel like it's a perfect shape for that, and it let me do that really, really quickly. So I probably will continue to use this. Also, just like brushing this through the crease, I thought like on the cleanup step anyway, like how I do that last. Usually if you watch any of my eyeshadow tutorials, I usually always do that step where after I have my shimmer lid color down, I'll kind of look down into my mirror, and with whatever crease color I was using, I will just kind of brush that directly into the crease. I feel like this did that very well because it is like pinpointed, but it's also thick enough that it can blend as well. So I actually quite like this end of this brush. Now this one is nothing exciting, but I do feel like I could get a ton of use out of this brush. I feel like even just having this one like kind of stowed away in my purse would be great, just for like clean up type deals and things like that. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't need an eyebrow brush and a little liner brush as well? I think this one is just very useful in general, and I do like the size and the design of this one. Even though, like I said, I'm not that big of a dual-ended brush person, but with eyebrow brushes, I feel like it's a little different because this is hard and you can kind of place that down into a container or store it however you're storing it. But yeah. All right, the brush I was the most impressed with is this one right here. Now I will say it kind of has some little bristles already starting to stray away. You can see right there, and this is me really being nitpicky, which I am with my brushes. But I feel like the bristles on this one are perfect. It kind of is like a duo fiber type deal on the top of this. I love the size of this. I think for cream products, I used it for bronzer, highlighter, and blush today. I think this is the perfect size. I also really liked how this applied the bronzer specifically. I felt like just the amount of product that it picked up was perfect, and then the way that it blended it out as well. Like chef's kiss on that. Also, I was comparing these two eyeshadow brushes kind of side by side, like just kind of swiping them on my hand. They both do feel really soft. If I'm being honest, this one does feel a little bit softer, but that may just be because this one is more densely packed. Like if you look at the bristles itself, this one is a lot thicker, which means there's a lot more bristles packed into this one than this one right here. So they both are soft. This one is just a little softer, and it's a little thicker compared to this one. Honestly, this set is cute, but I think that I would try to wait and get this on sale. If this went on like clearance or you had some sort of discount or something like that, I could see picking this up. Also, if you just need some like travel size brushes, this will get the job done. The only other brushes that I pulled into really were a crease brush, and then I did pull into a powder brush as well as a concealer brush. But other than that, I exclusively used this set here. So it's okay. I like the design. I like a few of these brushes. About half of them I really do like. But $50 is a little bit pricey. So I hope that this video was helpful in case you were looking at these or ways that you could use these if you picked them up. I hope that that was helpful. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.